Which one do you like more? Of course, soap operas are much more interesting. Hello everyone, I am Park Seni, the head of Park Seni Mind Coaching. Starting today, I don't know how many parts this video will be divided into, but the lecture I'm about to give is worth at least 100 million. Don't try to understand everything at once. I hope you watch it multiple times and make it your own. Then you too will become incredibly wealthy. What I'm going to talk about is reading. I plan to explain in detail why you should read, what value reading holds, how it creates the power of success, and how you should approach reading. Everyone, you need to know how this world has changed. First of all, something incredibly shocking happens in human history. That is the birth of writing. With the creation of writing, the transition from primitive society to civilization was a shocking event that distinctly changed humanity, and this was the first occurrence. Now, the second shocking event occurs, which is the invention of paper. What happens when paper is invented? The wisdom of a great person used to be buried with them when they died. That was before paper existed. However, with the invention of paper, the wisdom of these great individuals could be recorded in writing on paper, allowing future generations to continuously accumulate knowledge. As a result, the existence of a ruling class is established. The incredible event of human wisdom being continuously accumulated occurred with the invention of paper, and thirdly, the development of printing technology. Due to the class system, commoners and those below them had no opportunity to access books. Now, with the advancement of printing technology, books are widely distributed. So even the slaves read books and thought, I am a person too. Although they were said to be worth less than a dog's belly, the ruling classes realized that wasn't the case. And as civic revolutions and social enlightenment movements began to occur globally, the world changed dramatically. Thus, the class system disappears with the development of printing technology. Then, while knowledge has been well disseminated through paper, we have now entered an era that surpasses those limitations. It has become an era where knowledge can be sufficiently conveyed through YouTube and other video media. For instance, on channels like TED, when a renowned scholar speaks, it becomes accessible for viewers worldwide, leading to many such advancements. We are living in an era where the increase in knowledge has become much greater. So, as the human world undergoes tremendous changes, what do you think is at the center of it all? Up until now, it has all been about books. Books have played the most crucial role in leading human change. Do you like books? If you've listened to my explanation, you must have realized that you absolutely must like books. But people generally don't seem to like books. Fortunately, I love books so much that I read a lot from a young age, and I found the wisdom in books to create lessons that don't exist in our country and made them, right? Isn't that someone who's living well? So, you absolutely must like books. But why do students these days, and many people, keep their distance from books? The reason is the same as why students who don't study hard have their reasons. Studying wasn't the joy or pleasure of improving grades. They can't find any fun in studying. Then why don't they like reading? As humans, they should like it, but the reason is this: because reading wasn't a skill for creating wealth. I can explain the concept of reading in many different ways. I remember all the things that respected teachers have said. So while I can define the concept of reading in various ways, the clear thing is that if you want to be someone who continues reading throughout your life, only those who have felt that reading equals the skill of creating wealth will continue to read. To elaborate further, when I was 28 years old in 2004, I created a class that didn't exist in Korea and became someone who earns a high income. But before that, when I was a 21-year-old college student, I learned about hypnosis and gave lectures to people much older than me, earning 15 million won in just a few months. But all of this comes from being someone who has read an enormous number of books, which leads to such business ideas. There is a young YouTuber named Ja Chung, and his story is the same. He used to be an otaku, but by reading a lot of books, he came up with business ideas. And I think that's really impressive. But I'm the same case. By reading a lot of books and absorbing knowledge, I didn't just stop at just reading. I turned it into creating opportunities for generating wealth and success. As a result, reading is something I absolutely must engage in as a daily habit, and it's deeply ingrained in my mind and soul, as essential as breathing and living. So, I read books whenever I can, constantly come up with innovative and creative business and entrepreneurial ideas and strategies, and think about how to make myself more meaningful and impactful in this ever-changing world. So, what would someone who doesn't know that reading is a skill for generating wealth prefer? Of course, they find soap operas much more entertaining. It's much more fun, so why bother reading? I've realized that while there are good channels on YouTube, there are also many harmful ones, and watching these wastes a lot of time. So if you don't realize this aspect, you'll continue to distance yourself from books and lead a regrettable life. My father said this, "Son, there is a big house in books, there are treasures of gold and silver in books, and there are beautiful women in books." When I was young, I didn't fully understand what he meant. In fact, my mother is very beautiful. So I don't know if my father got a lot of inspiration from books for the beauty part, but he didn't quite achieve the economic aspect. This is not a complaint, just stating the facts. But I want to say that, unlike my father, I have advanced a bit further, and it's true that everything I have, like the houses, the cars, and my beautiful wife, all came from books. The creation of my psychology course for people in their 20s was definitely because I have read an enormous number of books, allowing me to construct and integrate meaningful values from them. So, keep that in mind and show the enthusiasm to extract more from books. For those watching my channel, Park Seni Mind Coaching on YouTube, I can promise that you will be able to gain much more easily than others, just like I do.